What's going on YouTube? This is D-Spence Beats and welcome back to my channel. So, I'll say earlier last year, I keep hearing this term called FBA. And when I realized what it means is basically what I would still call as Black Americans, people who were born here from America, has, parents from America, not from the Caribbean, not from Africa. Those what I would consider Black Americans, but FBA means Foundational Black Americans. Now, here's the perspective that I gather, right? So, we're going to change the color. Foundational Black Americans, right? Here in America, I can't draw for shit. Let me erase that shit. Yeah. Alright, so here is a Black American, aka FBA, right? Now, FBAs are saying Africans. Yo, my mouse is bugging. I'm gonna put C for Caribbean, CA, and Africans for African. A for African, sorry. Alright, so FBA is saying that these two versions of black people are tethers, right? They've been here the entire time. Some are even saying that they are actually Indian, Native American. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Because before it was like, okay, we all agree everybody comes from Mama Africa, right? So that was the whole thing. Now I went from that to no, some of us was here before Christopher Columbus even got here. I haven't read any videos. I haven't watched any videos about that. That might be true. Who knows? And they are admitting that yes, they also were people of African descent that were sent to America and became eventually FBA, I guess, or Black Americans, because they're saying that because we've been here for so long that we have our own culture, our own traditions, and all. Cool, right? And all right. Now, what's going on is, here's my perspective about the FBA situation, what I still call Black Americans. And I might be wrong. This is an opinion channel, okay? Opinion. So, before you want to go be tether, I am a tether because I don't know what the fuck that even means. I'm just saying it because it don't hurt my feelings. Alright? So, for everyone about to watch this video, I ain't popping yet, so it might not be a lot of people. This is a fucking opinion, okay? So FBA, aka Black Americans, are saying, look, you guys are disrespectful. Y'all don't honor us. Y'all talk bad about us, saying that we are uneducated, we don't have value, blah, blah, blah. We come over here, we kill it. Y'all been here your whole lives, y'all ain't doing nothing about it. So Black Americans saying, oh, hell no, you're not going to disrespect us. We're the reason why you're even here in the first place. If it wasn't for us, you would not be able to come over here. And not just you guys, Asians, other groups, minorities, and even, I believe, what's her name? The white lady who people hated for a long time. She said it in a clip as well, like, look, this birthright citizenship, this was for, you guessed it, Black Americans. Which is still kind of like people right here, the descendants of slavery. So 1 and 2 are supposed to be here because when it comes to birthright citizenship, because they've been taken advantage of. America owes black people this situation now. It depends what kind of person you are. You say, oh, not them, just us. Look, and my upbringing when it comes to history was everyone came from here, so I still believe that. Again, that is saying there was some Native American hybrid, or I don't know. There's no way to tell. We're going to go for what people say, and I am open to new information, so I'm not saying my thought process is definite. At the end of the day, we're hearing this from other people who are cleaning all the history. Even the stuff they write in the history books may be altered, you never know. Alright, so I'm going from my current understanding of what's going on. Boom. So, again, now that everyone's here, the FBA are saying, like, yo, basically we're saying, like, we're first, and you guys are underneath us when it comes to this. So when it comes to reparations, the only people, I can't draw for shit. It belongs to us. Alright? Y'all don't deserve it. Y'all ain't putting no work. We put in all the work. We put in all the work when it comes to slavery, cotton fields. Now, to my understanding, remember Africa? Slavery was in the Caribbean as well. Slavery happened in America. Africans, again, history, they practiced what was called slavery of when it comes to conquest. If they enslaved your child, they would trade with the white man who eventually sold everyone. Right? If you were enslaved, they would sell you for goods. You know, that's just how it was. That's why you have the door no return in Ghana, the door no return in Senegal. It is what it is. I mean, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to. So a lot of Africans have participated in slavery. Simple as that. Right? Now, when it comes to FBA, again, 400 years later, they're saying, look, we don't affiliate with you guys. We don't affiliate with the Caribbean people. We're just our own little group, and that's it. Now, I will say I understand the perspective of the FBA. I agree. You guys deserve respect. So, remember, I'm a Tethers saying this. You deserve respect. This is where I disagree. Back in the 90s, there was a term I used to hear all the time to African people, and it was called an African booty scratcher. I've seen kids who are Black Americans or born and raised here. Yeah, I did not just. Yo, forgive me, y'all. I know how to spell. I just spelled it wrong. A lot of kids were really disrespectful toward Africans and disrespectful toward a lot of Caribbeans. Before, it was African booty scratcher. It was midnight dark, like you're too dark to be wearing white, shit like that. And with Caribbeans, it was like you're a coconut. You can't speak right. It was a lot of bullying on the African American side, okay? Black American side, FBA side, if I'm going from this term. It wasn't popular to be African. You know what they thought about Africa? They thought about mud huts. They thought about lions and zebras. They thought about people having no electricity. Feed the children? Do you remember that commercial? Do you remember that? Every time you seen Africa, you seen a sob, sad stories, sad footage. That's all you saw of Africa. So a lot of Africans were on the bottom of the totem pole. What the hell am I doing? So it was Africans, Caribbeans, and Black Americans. Okay? So they were on the top for a very long time. This is their country, so they should be on top. Right? Caribbeans, thanks to Jamaica, had a little clout. We had a little, hey, we go to a party and some Jamaican music, but being African was on the bottom of the totem pole. The most you had in Africa when it comes to entertainment was Fela Kuti at the time. Now, what's going on is Caribbeans who feel disrespected started saying, hey, we could point out your flaws too. Again, this is a fucking opinion show, alright? So don't come at me in the comments section. It's a fucking opinion. So a lot of people were clapping back like, well, at least we do better than you in school and blah, 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 blah. And then let's say in the last 5, 6, 7 years, Africa hit the scene. You know what they have in common? Africa and the Caribbean? Music. The music started getting popular. Now they feel more emboldened to talk shit back. Because in the 90s, again, you weren't getting roasted just for being from Africa. You couldn't say much, alright? It is. Unless you were like a bad bitch or something, they weren't trying to hear a word you're trying to say. Being Caribbean was like, and I'm coming from Brooklyn, alright? So I'm talking from BK, all right? I'm not talking from anyone else's perspective, but there's a lot of people who feel the same way I'm feeling right now. This is why I have validity. African Booty Scratcher should be a name of a film because that's what a lot of people were being called back then. And they want to disrespect the kids. They disrespect their parents. Oh, you can't speak English right. Why do women sound so masculine? So, what is the conclusion? Black Americans need to understand that they have contributed to this hate what was going on since I was younger, and I'm pretty sure even before that. So the only way for all segments of black people to get together, Africans, Caribbeans, Black America, is to have a clean slate. Black Americans, please acknowledge your role of disrespecting these groups. All right, because from what I'm seeing, they're just clapping back at you. So they're clapping back at you. That means you did something to make them feel that way. Because everyone could be dragged on, everyone could be ragged on. You try to point out their flaws, they point out your flaws. Suppose that. So unless you agree to just apologize, since I'm about all groups, it's going to be a divisive situation. There is no, outside of, I guess, roasting other people's groups. Look, African Americans, when it comes to fraud, it's no different than the Caribbean fraud or African fraud. Now, I understand there's some groups who do more than others, but then again, there's nobody telling that shit. I grew up in Brooklyn. Motherfucker was stealing shit all the fucking time. Different backgrounds. Some are Haitian, some are just black, some are African. At the end of the day, we're all black. It doesn't matter what the fuck you do. We're black. After this little war that happens, let's say if FBA is on top, you know, and all the Africans and the Caribbeans, they say, you know what, F it, we can't mess with them. There's only one segment of reality that people don't understand. The higher society, which you are a minority in this country, looks at us like this. I'm not going to spell the whole thing. Alright? At the end of the day, we all are the N-word to them. I'm talking about not just white people. I'm talking about Asian people, Indian people, you name it. What is the benefit of this? Outside of, I guess, FBA, the same when reparations finally gets kicked out, we're the only ones who deserve it. I kind of agree. But as someone who has a Caribbean background, I also have slavery in my blood too. But I understand for the people who've been in it the most, they deserve first dibs. I actually agree. But it gets complicated. Anyway, this is my